extrication in there.
Well, you're going to make sure you can touch the car.
I was looking for the one with the car.
Yeah. Okay. When you pull up to an accident scene, obviously size up is very important. You want to look for downed wires, leaking fuel, any type of problem like that. That's one of our most important things. This time of year, what might we have in the trunk of this car? People with pools. Chlorine and all the other nasty chemicals that go along with
LPG gas tank.
LPG gas tank. Okay. Okay, so we've got to, even though this isn't a hazardous material class, that's something we still should bear in the back of our minds. It could be a hazardous material in here: paints, chlorine, all those other nasty things that you dump into your pool. All right, so that's something to bear in mind when we're doing our size up. All right, we've done an inner and outer circle check. Any problems noted?
Nope.
Okay. You're going to want to note the condition of the patients, how many there are you going to need extra ambulances, what type of support are you going to need from the EMS people. Okay. How many people here are EMS people? Okay. All right, so we have a little mixture here. Some of you are strictly fire suppression. Try it. All right, so suppression and EMS, you have to work together. Right, there's no time for arguing here. In Medway, is the ambulance separate from the fire department? Yeah. Millis? Separate. Separate. Okay. So that potentially could cause some friction sometimes. You just got to learn to work together. Hopefully EMS people are going to be on the scene and doing some patient care. If they're not, we're going to have to do patient care as well. What's our next step? What do we want to do now? Scott wants to break the windows.
You have a hose line out.
All right. Should have a hose line out. Charge line. What, booster?
No.
Okay, 1.5 inches.
So one thing they just asked us is when we're breaking the glass, try to keep the glass inside. When they cut the grass, the highway's fine.
All right, what's something else when we are breaking glass? What do we got to do with the patients? Cover them up. Whatever you have. That's right.
Let them know what's going on.
Continually talk to them. Even if they're unconscious. They've done a lot of studies that are showing people who you think are completely out of it, they still hear what you're saying. So absolutely, you want to talk to them a lot, tell them, we're going to break some glass now, we're going to be starting up a tool that has a loud motor on it, whatever. Is there anyone who's never seen one of these? Okay. This is a center punch. Originally it was first used by carpenters to start little nail holes. We found a great use for it in breaking windows. You can adjust the tension on it as to how hard you have to push. I'm going to let you break the first window. All right. When you use a center punch, make sure you have your gloves on, because your hand sometimes has a tendency to go through the window. All you're going to do, you're going to, with your gloves on and your eye shields down, place the center punch in the corner, turn away, and push in on it.
Before he does, have him pull up his boots. The glass will
Yeah.
go in.
Good idea. Okay, so turn with your back. Turn like this. There you go. Is that neat or what? Now all you have to do is just very gently tap the glass in.
Top,
From the top. And again, we'd have our patient covered up, we'd be talking to the patient and reassuring the patient.
We'd be popping the glass the other way though if there's something in there.
Yeah. You'd want it, but we don't want it on the lawn here. Somebody want to do the next window?
They used to at one time they used to recommend carrying wide masking tape just to throw some across.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
that's what we tried. With the duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape and masking tape.
Yeah.
Take it out of one whole piece.
Yeah.
Okay,
If he put his down here. A lot of guys don't know that.
Let's take a look and see what
Put it up in here and see
what mistake Scott's going to make.
One thing I was trying to bring out is sometimes when you break it,
Put your eye shield down, Blood. Excuse me. If we can open the door and roll it down, we probably don't need to break everything up like that. All right, someone want to take out the back window here? Sure. When we start using the first tool on this vehicle, what do we have to watch out for back here?
The hatchback.
Okay, it's a hatchback, and it's got the pistons in it. So that's something we want to be very careful of. All right? Yep.
Yeah, how do you get that on once you grab the corner?
Again, normally you'd want to be pushing this stuff away from your patient, but... All right, and what's the last piece of glass we got to take out?
with the
Let's try the eye shield.
Come on, Scott, it's just a windshield wiper.
Jeez, come on, Scott. Scott,
For crying out loud. Hope he's not popping the door off.
You can't get the windshield wiper off. How are you going to do with doors and stuff? Okay, now watch how he's going to... How does he want to do the windshield?
Top down.
halfway, then
Turn in the middle.
That's it over.
Okay.
Carefully not to strike the teeth.
There you go.
One way you want this there and here, and on the inside.
Hmm?
You want this
Yeah,
on
he's
the
holding,
inside.
he's holding on the inside. Good. Okay, see how he's doing it? Nice, easy little chop. You don't want to... It's not like you're cutting through a roof here. Okay, now he's going to support the inside of it. Also, you can see how far these little chips of glass are flying, so that's why it's important to keep your eye shield in place. Okay, just take it. Now normally we're going to take it and remove it from the seam.
Put it under the car.
But we're going to put it right back in the car so we don't get glass all over the place. right, what else do we have to do before we can start cutting? Anything? All right, Scott, you're senior man. You're in charge. You win by default. All right, turn it the other way, Bob.
Up and twist it.
Stick the adz end back in. All right. Now, if you take this end here and turn this way. Yeah. Okay, see what I'm saying? Everyone see this?
Just to make the entrance of it.
We're just taking the purchase point here. If you turn it in this direction, instead of trying to pry open this way, we're not trying to pry the door open. All we want to do is get a little purchase there for the jaws. Just turn it up or down and make our purchase.
That will be where the jaws will go.
And now the jaws can go right in there. When I use the term jaws, that's a brand name.
No, if you can
Jaws.
get it in there.
But it refers to any other tools that are out there, Lucas or Amcus or whoever makes them.
You get them in, spread it, close it, get it in deeper, open it, spread it. It's better than trying to jam it into like dimensions like this.
Yeah. All right, so we got the entrance point.
Okay, they've made a purchase point. Now they got to get hooked up over here. Is everyone, let me just show this. Come on over here. This is a twist lock. And what you have to do is slip it back to remove the other coupling. You want to line up. There's a little tit here with a hole for it. You want to line them up, slip it back. Now you can put in the male end and it slides forward. Then just give it half a turn so that it'll stay locked. Okay, it's locked. Just give it a little yank, make sure it's in there tight. What we have, yeah, we can do two on it. Yep.
There is gas in this thing.
Okay, he's got it dumped now. There's no pressure going to the actual tool. Try and open and close that. Won't work. Flip it over. That'll pressurize. Okay, to open and close the cutters, now, just to show you, watch how fast these open. Open those. Watch how fast they open. Open them all the way. Get an idea how fast they open. Now, we're going to run both of them at the same time. Close these. Close those. See how slow they are? That's what we're running through the tool. Okay, stop those. Okay, so you want to be aware of that. When you're running the two tools, you're going to lose the speed, you're going to lose power. It doesn't matter as much with the car here as it would with a Buick or a Cadillac or something heavy. Another thing you want to do when you're using this, want to pick up the other side? Don't fight it with your hip. A lot of people have a tendency, if the tool is starting to turn, to try and push their hip into it and fight it with their body. This generates about 10,000 pounds of force. Now, I know I'm kind of fat and heavy, but I'm no match to this. This should kick, and I put my hip against it. What do you think's going to happen to my hip? I'm not going to have a hip bump. You want your 72%, that's one way to think of it, but don't try and fight it. Start the turn, take a fresh bite. If you want to come up here just a little bit, eye shields down while they're doing this. All right, notice how they're doing it. Little bite, close, in more. Open, close, and in a little bit more. Okay, the temptation is there to want to just slam it open. You want to do it just a little bit at a time. Okay, as usual, the EMS people. Okay, now you want to back up, back your body. You don't want to get hit between the tool and the fender in case it should slip. side. There we go. I don't think it's gonna work out. You can try it, right?
Good job, Joe.
Okay, there's a bolt there. You want to avoid that. That's hardened steel. That's not going to cut. It's going to cause you a lot of trouble.
That's down here. Because you got a hammer right here.
Okay?
set to go here? Who's going to operate this?
Okay, we need a couple people.
Schedule the roll.
High shields down there, Joseph.
Hold it coordinated with the other side. Up high, up here. Get your Perkins.
Should be careful about is not getting your hands caught, not getting the controls compromised underneath the dash or anything like that. It's probably better to work it the other way, but it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference as long as you're not compromising your safety or the use of the tool.
This is the standard position, 45 below and out, so
Yes.
up and like that.
Right. Any questions?
Some of the departments might have the older motor that sounds like it's pulsating. You have that here before? That's your old set, okay? You guys have heard that. It pulsates. It's not broken. A lot of people think, it'll like vroom, vroom, like that. The master mechanic comes along with a screwdriver and starts fiddling with the carburetor, and the whole thing gets screwed up. So if you hear it pulsating, that's what it's meant to do. That's the way the motor is meant to run. Some people panic and think it's not running right. Any questions on any jaw, anything to do with it? Again, when I refer to the term jaws, that's a trade name that Hearst has. Techniques we're going to use here can go with Ampius or Lucas or any of the other tools that are out there on the market. We just happen to be using Hearst. Any questions about anything? All right, while you're in the evolution, while you're actually doing the cutting, we're going to ask for full protective clothing. Gloves, helmet, coats, eye shields. Those of you who aren't actively cutting, you can take your coats off, relax a little bit. Just keep your helmets on and eye shields on, so nothing comes flying across from the car.
Hear that? Wear protective eye shield and
Sergeant,
all
and
times.
here's your car. Oh, there you go. Gee, it looks like a...
under the windshield there. Do you ever see Dover trying to use a saw on one of their cars? They just go for the town and just buy new cars. They got the money.
Friday night, you forced me right into it.
Oh, there goes Scott walking around as usual. Scott and Bobby Bond, incident commanders. No. This must be amazing. Are you incident command?
Got it, baby.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Working wonderful, look.
Scott Bassett in charge.
Watch that blade.
This is
that blade
definitely
pops, there's another one here. Okay, if that blade pops, then we're going to go with the